It's a big win for Liverpool, coming behind against Southampton at St Mary's, and it keeps them in the hunt for the Premier League trophy. It goes down to the final day. It was a much changed side for Jurgen Klopp, but they were in control throughout the game and they managed to get the victory. Experienced heads in there in the shape of Jordan Henderson and James Milner, youth and Curtis Jones, and Joel Matip's goal won the game for Liverpool. The central defender in the absence of Virgil van Dijk, partnered by Ibrahim Konate. And it was Matip who got the all-important goal that means Liverpool go into the last game of the season on Sunday, still in with a chance of winning the Premier League title. It is still in Manchester City's hands, but Jurgen Klopp and the travelling Liverpool support sharing a moment together because they know they have pushed this title race all the way. Take a breath, they go again. 3 points for Liverpool then leaves them 1 point behind Manchester City. We have been in this position 3 years ago. It went into the final day of the season exactly like this, and Manchester City won it by just a point. It's going to come down to the wire once again. Manchester City do have the better goal difference, but at this stage, that would mean Liverpool having to draw and Manchester City to lose on the final day of the season. Both sides will be going full out for all 3 points on Sunday. Southampton stay in 15th place after that, between Aston Villa, between Everton, who are still fighting to stay in the Premier League, Leeds and Burnley below them, and big games coming up for them on Thursday. You can see Aston Villa take on Burnley live on Sky Sports on Thursday night. It is a huge game in terms of their Premier League survival at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports Premier League. And confirmation that the final day, Super Sunday, is a double-header. Manchester City against Aston Villa and Liverpool against Wolves. Das Boot is available right now. All episodes are on Sky Atlantic if you want to watch that all the way through. Jubilation at the final whistle from the Liverpool supporters, and Joel Matip with the winning goal to take the Premier League title race right down to the wire. The quadruple is still on.
There are a few corners that he put in the box have really caused too many problems for Southampton.
An instinctive header that has just dropped in from Joel Matip.
Joel Matip's goal gave Liverpool the lead and was the winner in that 2-1 victory against Southampton. And Liverpool were on top for much of the game. 24 shots, 5 of them on target compared to 4 and 2 for Southampton. They had 71% of the possession and 35 touches in the Southampton box. They take it by 2-1. Jurgen Klopp knows that his side are taking it down to the final game of the season. They're a point behind Manchester City after Sunday's games, both of which you can see live on Sky Sports. Let's hear from inside the Liverpool camp now. James Milner is with Jeff Shreves.
James, it might have been a different set of monsters. Was it the same mentality to take it to the last day?
Yeah, it always is. You know, the guys are incredible. The guys who maybe haven't played as much, but you should see them train every single day. It's incredible the level they put in, and you can see it when they need to step up. They have, and it's a special group of players and a special football club. You know, we can fight to the end, keep going. You know, all we can do is take it as far as we can.
What does that performance say about the squad?
It says a lot. I think, like I said before, it shows how ready everyone is. It shows how ready they are mentally, even when they're probably not playing as many minutes as they would like. The intensity and desire in training every day to be able to come and play the way we play is special, and you know, that starts right from the top with the manager and the attitudes of the players.
And the fact that you had to dig deep after going behind.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I think Ali would probably say it flicked off me, I think, and you know, I was a bit unlucky, but you know, backs against the wall then, and you know, it's easy to make excuses. Obviously, the emotion of the weekend, how much we put into the weekend, and then having to come here so soon after, going 1 down. But you know, there's no excuses with these guys. They just keep pushing it and keep going, and it was great to get in front, and then, you know, try to sit out and keep the ball as much as we can and conserve that energy.
How did you enjoy the switch from midfield to right back?
It's not my favourite switch in the world, to be honest, but you know, what's needed. Joey, you know, got a naughty one on his ankle and couldn't continue. So, you know, it was unfortunate. I was enjoying it in the middle, and Joey's been fantastic when he's played this season as well. So hopefully he's okay. But yeah, what the team needs, and you know, I think like it was a great team performance again. Everyone who was involved.
What's your thoughts on the final day?
Try and win our game. That's all we can do. Try and win our game, and that's what we've been trying to do since, you know, we sort of had a reset in January when we were so far behind, and we went for it again and had a mental reset, if you like, and since then we've really pushed, and you know, they're an incredible team to go up against, and you know, whatever happens this season, I think we've done ourselves proud, but you know, you're coming up against a top team like Man City, so all we can do is try and win our games, and we've tried to keep the pressure on them right to the end.
Quite simply, while there's a chance, there's hope.
That's all we can do. All we could do is take it to the last game. We've done that, and like I say, it wasn't going to be easy after the weekend coming here, and their last home game of the season. Obviously, they're going to want to finish on a win. So it was pleasing to come here, get this result, take it to the last game, and you know, hopefully we can have 2 more big performances this season.
Great stuff. Well played yourself.
Thank you. Cheers.
James Milner looking for 2 more big performances from Liverpool. For Southampton, this was their last home game, and the players and their families are giving a lap of appreciation around St Mary's. It's not at times been the most spectacular of seasons, but there have been big moments in this season, and they've seen at times some great football here at St Mary's. So a real opportunity for the players and their families to make their way around, and for the fans to show their appreciation for them. What that result means, though, it was a 2-1 defeat for Southampton. Liverpool get the 3 points, but Jamie Carragher, they made it difficult for themselves by going a goal down early on.
No, they did, but you talk about the mentality of this team. It happened, I think, in the last away game away at Aston Villa, and they bounced back pretty quickly, really. I mean, I mentioned on commentary the referee was in a brilliant position to see that, but it's a foul. You know, you mentioned that at half-time. I didn't want to try and take too much away from the goal because it still had to come from a long way from the edge of that box, but as I said, you can't take nothing away from this goal, that finish. I mentioned Nathan Redmond for the game, and he can do more of that. He's one of those players who you look at and he's got the ability. Well, that's where you see it there. You see he just takes him there initially. And Liverpool are unfortunate. Jurgen Klopp was frustrated, rightly so. But from there, there's still a lot to do. So, as I said, the credit has to go for Nathan Redmond in this position. And you want to see a lot more of that from him. I mean, he gets a little bit of luck with the deflection. But you felt the way Southampton set up, to get a goal, it was going to have to be a special goal. It really did feel like that, and that was a special goal. It really was.
Having gone a goal down, Liverpool responded. They started up in their game. The players who aren't used to playing the full 90 minutes, aren't used to being in the starting 11, a lot of them had to find that energy to get back into the game, Jamie.
And they really did, because it was a difficult one. Before the game, we looked at the team sheet. We didn't know quite what we were going to expect from Liverpool. Harvey Elliott had got into this position about 3 or 4 minutes before this. It was an area where Liverpool were getting success. Really good touch by Jota, Minamino, touch 2 lovely soft touches, and then and it really explosive finish that gives the keeper absolutely no chance. I love the way he runs off the back at people, Minamino. Great strike, it really is. There's not a lot else you can do. At times you go for power, sometimes you go for a little bit of finesse and you try to stroke it into the corner. When you get into that area, see some of the best strikers in the Premier League, they just take the lever off it. They just hit it as hard as they can. You look at that for the keeper, no chance. It's past him before he can move. Brilliant goal from Liverpool's point of view, and it was exactly what they deserved. They were by far the better team. They looked a classy team. Firmino was linking the play. I know Jamie gave him man of the match, so I couldn't agree more. I thought he was absolutely fantastic today. Not always played, not always been a starter, but some of his touches and the way that he brought people into play, when you needed a really experienced, cool head today, he was that man. He was magnificent.
Lots of talk of Liverpool's centre-backs before the game in the absence of Virgil van Dijk. What we didn't mention was the goal-scoring threat.
No, I mean, it's always there from Liverpool, but normally it's been from Konate of late. But, I mean, it was a strange goal in some ways. You don't expect a goal to come like that. I think he's really surprised Joel Matip. But he does really well. I should have mentioned on commentary to actually react that quickly. You think it's a poor corner initially, it is. And it just gets that flick. And he just throws his head on it. And I think it comes off the defender first onto his head. And it's just one of those that he just, as soon as it's going, it feels like it's going in slow motion. And everyone's just waiting to see if the goalkeeper can just get that touch. But a really goal at a vital time before Liverpool could start to panic.
We're joined now by Jordan Henderson. Hi, Jordan. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
How are you,
Liverpool live to fight until the final day of the season.
Yeah, that was the aim. You know, take it right until the end. Do our job here tonight. We knew it would be difficult. A lot of changes in the team, but I thought the lads were brilliant again. Great attitude and kept going right until the end and got a reward.
How important was it in that game that players who aren't used to starting Premier League games stepped up and showed that they're really important parts of this squad?
Yeah, I feel as though we've done that really well all season. You know, the lads that might not have played as much as what they would have liked. They've got to come in and show what they're all about, and I felt as though all of the lads did that tonight and took the opportunity. And in the Premier League season, you need absolutely everyone, and we're showing that again tonight.
What's the emotions been like? You win the FA Cup final, penalty shootout, and then you've got to go straight back to business. How difficult has that been for the team and for yourself?
To be honest, I feel as though we're like used to it now. You know, we're just constantly in like cup finals every single game. That's our focus, and it's just normal. You just get on with it. You know, celebrate in the dressing room after the cup final, but then we're straight back on the plane up, recovering, getting ready for this game, and we can all celebrate or relax at the end of the season when the Champions League final is done and dusted.
You look at the weekend now, the final weekend, and think, you know, we wanted it, obviously, for Sky to take it to that final game. How tough is it between trying to chase City? Because at one stage it did look like they moved away from you. How much has that took in the second half of the season?
Yeah, it's always tough. You know, City never drop points, really. You know, they're a fantastic side.
Sorry, can I ask you one other thing? Do you watch them?
I don't know. Normally
not.
Anyone? I think few of the now and again, you know, when we've got time and we're at home, probably do, but the way they play, you know, it's never nice to watch. So just put the kids' channels on or something with the kids. Probably better to watch. But yeah, they're a fantastic team, you know, unbelievable players and fantastic manager, and it's always going to be tough. But I feel as though from January we really kicked on and give it absolutely everything right until the end, and we've took it to the last game. You know, and I think if you look back to January and said it'll go right to the wire and into the last game, I think we'd have took it right then, because like you said, we're quite far off City. So I think you've got to give lots of credit to the lads and how we've went about our business in the second half of the season.
Jordan, you played in this game. That wasn't the intention, obviously, with Joe Gomez coming off with the injury. But going into the last couple of games of the season, having played every single game that you possibly could to this point, do you start to feel it catch up, or do you think there's 2 games left and get a renewed burst of energy?
I think the cup final at the weekend give us a bit of a boost, you know, to get over the line and win that. That'd give us a bit of a boost. You know, we have had 1 or 2 lads with knocks and bruises that obviously haven't travelled today, but we've used the whole squad, and I felt as though the energy levels were really good tonight. You know, we had fresh legs on the pitch, which is important, and the lads are at home resting for the weekend, so hopefully they'll be fresh on Sunday.
Hoping that you're going to be fresh on Sunday, but of course it's going to come down to what Manchester City do as well. Have you thought about how you're going to find out what's going on in their game, or will you just have to close your ears to it?
It's hard.
I think the couple tell you.
We've had this before, I think, when they played Brighton. And
they went 1 down that day, didn't they?
The crowd cheer, and you sort of know what's going on. And it's hard to sort of focus on the game, but hopefully, again, that experience, we've learned from it, and we just concentrate on the game and concentrate on what we need to do. And hopefully Stevie and Villa can do us a favour at City.
Will you give him a call this week?
I might do. I might give him a call now, actually.
Listen, Jordan, congratulations for getting this far into this season. You've got the final day of the season to come, still in with a chance of winning the Premier League title, and a Champions League final to come. Congratulations already.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks very much,
Jordan
well done, Jordan.
for joining us.
Well done, mate.
And it was a 2-1 victory that has allowed Liverpool to go into that final day with a chance of winning the Premier League title. They're playing for a place in the Premier League right now. It's gone into extra time between Nottingham Forest and Sheffield United. 2-1 after 90 minutes to Sheffield United. That makes it 3-3 on aggregate. You can follow that on Sky Sports main event. Here on Sky Sports Premier League, we're going to continue to reflect on this game and look ahead to that final day of the season. Plus, we'll be hearing from Jurgen Klopp.